Hi, my name's Jenny. Thank you for taking the time to watch this masterclass. I'm going to talk to you today about how you get stuck in the cycle of pain, but more how you get stuck in the cycle of going backwards and forwards to the doctors or the physios or the massage therapists or the chiropractors, or maybe you've tried exercises and you've tried lots of different things, but no matter what you do, you're still stuck in the same frustrating cycle of it hurts. So naturally, of course, you think to yourself, oh, what's the point? I'm just not going to bother. If somebody else gives you a different set of exercises, it is any wonder that you don't feel inclined to do it. So I just wanted to explain how you can change that in a way that puts you back in control. Now, we all have thoughts passing through our brain every single day, thousands, tens of thousands of them. And in order for the brain to pay attention to what's relevant or important, it only listens to or pays attention to the thoughts, the things, the exercises, the products, the person stood in front of you. It only pays attention to the bits that fit with your deeply held beliefs. So imagine here's your brain, okay, and that's your conscious brain, your thinking brain, and your subconscious. So the thoughts and beliefs, the things that that you have feelings about. So I feel very passionately about helping people who are stuck in a cycle. So I'm prepared to take action to share my my experience, my thoughts, my expertise in that area, so that you can have hope that something different could be done. So I'm prepared to take the action to come and record a video. Now, if you believe deeply that your back pain, say, will get better if you strengthen your muscles in your back, okay, that's a good belief, that's absolutely fine, no problem with that at all, then you will feel good if you are given a set of exercises, strengthen exercises for your muscles in your back. You will feel good about those. You will think, yep, this is it, I'm really committed to this and I'm going to do it. And so you go home, you see the physio maybe, or you go online, you see or you go to class, right? So your beliefs are exercises are good, all right? And you go ahead and do them. Now, what happens is that your results, okay, are very much tied up with your belief. You take action if it's something you truly believe in. It's effortless. And that's why in my old career, I'd have some people who'd go, yeah, do the exercise and do really well. And other people, it didn't matter if I really gave them the best exercise in the world because I've done the testing and so on and so forth. And I'm like, yeah, this is what we need to do. It's the reason why some of you may, in the moment, think, okay, yeah, I'm totally on board with that. But then when you get home, you either don't do them, or you do them but only for a limited amount of time because you're not seeing results. Even if I might have said to you it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks to see physical strength changes and a good 2 or 3 weeks to feel better, start to feel better, you're more likely to give up on them if you don't really believe that that's the answer of your problem. If you are going to an appointment and your belief is that you need to understand your symptoms better, you need to kind of get what's going on with your back, and you're not convinced that the person in front of you has fully understood you or fully heard you or fully believes you or really knows or has identified it properly, then it doesn't matter how good that person in front of you is at exercising or doing their stuff. If you are the person who has the pain and you don't believe that, then it doesn't matter what they say or give you. You're not likely to do the exercise or the advice. That's just no one's fault. That's just the way it is. So what will happen is that you will go away and then look or find something else or someone else to give you the answers that you're looking for, because your beliefs might be, and I'm not saying they are, but I'm just giving you an example. Your beliefs might be, I cannot do anything physically until I've had a diagnosis, one that I can understand or I believe. So what will happen is that we see our life through this filter, through this lens. Because we have these beliefs, okay, and we can't take notice of everything that comes around us because we'd just be totally overwhelmed, our brain only seeks to find answers that fit with our belief. So you're going to go over here to ask this person and see if they'll do a different, another assessment that you think's better. If you're not happy with that, then you might go back to your GP and ask for an X-ray or a scan. Then you might go to the consultant if you get that far and it's appropriate, which it isn't for most people, but just say this is you, right? And they might tell you wonderful stuff that's all true, but if you don't really connect with it and you don't believe it, they can say whatever they want. Then you'll go to the massage therapist, and you could end up over a number of months or years going round and round and round in circles and not getting anywhere with any kind of treatment. And then what happens is that when you appear at the door of the person who's seen you, and maybe it's a second visit round physio, you've been to your GP a lot, okay, whatever, and they say there's nothing more we can do for you, that is an incredibly powerful statement, because you still don't know what's going on in your mind. And now they're saying there's nothing more they can do. So what's going to happen is that if you believe that, if you think there's nothing more we can do, you are not going to look anywhere else for any other help or advice, because now your deeply held belief is that I've tried everything, because you have tried everything, right? And they're saying there's nothing more we can do for you. So you will believe that, you will take that on board, and that's very real. But what I'm saying to you is, we need to change the filter, the lens with which you see stuff, because actually that's really only a part of solving problems around pain. There's all this stuff around here, there's all this stuff that you're not looking at or taking any notice of, because your beliefs, and your beliefs drive your actions. Okay, so it isn't your fault if you're not doing the exercises. It isn't your fault if you've failed treatment. It is unfortunate that the person you might be sitting in front of doesn't have any more knowledge or doesn't understand this stuff. Okay, so they are basically saying there's nothing more we can do. It's not that there's nothing more that you could do to improve yourself to recover from back pain. It's just that they're saying, look, that's beyond my scope. I don't know what else to say to you, because their filter, especially in the health profession, is very kind of quite narrow. It's just the way it is. It isn't it's right or wrong. It's just there's a way and a process of working within that environment, and it's all within this. So if you're thinking, okay then Jenny, right, well, I sort of get that. What you're saying I need to do is that we need to start to address our beliefs and our thoughts around pain. So if you're over here, say here, all right, and you want to be over here, whatever that might be, it might be that you want to, have less pain so that you can go for a decent walk. It might be that you want to be able to sit on a plane. It might be that you want to go and do your gardening. Whatever it is, go back to your classes, okay. Or it might just want to be you feel better in yourself. But somewhere over here, you're here, you want to reach that goal. That's your direction. Quite a lot of the time in my old world, that you'd get, if you were asked, you were told, I want to get rid of my pain. Well, okay, what will getting rid of your pain do? How will it impact your life? What will it enable you to do? That's really more important, is that how can we help you get back to a life that you really desire to do? So you might need to know what your desire is. You might not know what your desire is. If you've had pain for ages, years, you might think, just don't let me get any worse. That might be your goal, all right? Just don't let me get any worse. But your brain, if you have that goal of don't let me get any worse, your brain is going to protect you even more, because it thinks, okay, you don't want me to get any worse, I'm going to restrict what you can do, all right? Because clearly you're already doing too much, because you've tried all this treatment, your pain's not getting any better, you're doing less, so I'm going to protect you, I'm going to make you do less. So pain can come if our goal and our aim and our belief is, I better not do too much because I don't want to get any worse. And that's normal, understandable. I totally get that. I mean, there's no judgment here. Okay, I've been there. Right, but if you think, wow, your brain, your nervous system will go, ooh, because the job is to protect you. That's what pain is, it's protection. Okay, it's your brain may give you more pain, may make you stiffer, could give you more inflammation, or a bit of everything if you're lucky, a bit of spasm as well, muscle spasm as well. But what will happen is that you will naturally want to do less, okay, because you've got more pain. But the reason you've got more pain is because of all this has happened in your belief. So it goes round and round and round in circles. But it doesn't need to be like that. There's absolutely an answer, all right? But it's about changing, understanding what your beliefs are around your pain, understanding what you believe is okay to do, not okay to do. And that means you taking time, finding out what concerns you have, really digging deep, thinking about, things like, I'll say, okay, what would you like to do? And you might tell me, I want to be able to go on a walk. And I might say, okay, what would happen if I sent you out for a walk right now? How would you feel? That starts to open up thoughts of like, you'll get an immediate response, you'll feel a certain way, and you'll think, oh, that'll give you an answer to how you feel. It might be you're just frightened about getting it worse. All right, and that's perfectly normal. But me, I would say, it's not going to cause any more harm. So why don't we just go and try what a walk does anyway? Okay, I've done this lots of times with lots of clients. So understandably a bit nervous, but we start out gently. And what happens is that when that walk doesn't make it any worse, we can start to then think, well, okay, so it's not any better, but it's not any worse. So why don't we add walking into the daily life? Because it's not going to make you any worse. Okay. And once you've started to walk on a regular basis, you'll find naturally you'll physically improve because you condition your body to do the walking, your body gets used to it, your brain gets used to it. And what happens is after even a week, your nervous system, the bit that is contributing towards your pain, will go, seems all right, maybe this is going to be okay, maybe this part of walking is okay, should we make it normal? Let's let them walk 15 minutes a day. We don't need to give them any pain for that, seems all right, okay? Because you've got really clever cells in your body that will detect that that's okay. So after a week of doing something consistently, your nervous system calms down a little bit, okay? And it lets you do a little bit more. So you could maybe add on a minute or two the next week, all right? Okay, and you do that slowly over time. But all that's happening then is not only are you allowing your nervous system to think, maybe this walking is pretty safe, maybe it's going to be okay, maybe I can allow that to happen, all right? But you're also changing your underlying belief is that 10-15 minute walk, I can do that, all right? So you've stretched. This is your knowing, this is your doing, all right? Knowing what's going on and what you would like to be able to do, all right, or what you would like to avoid, and actually getting to do it, there's a gap, all right? So what we've done now is by offering a suggestion, you taking some action that you feel safe to do, it might be a little bit of action, but that's absolutely perfect, is that you cause the nervous system to calm down and you change your belief patterns in your brain. And your brain will start to think, okay, we can put walking in this vision here, all right? I'm quite happy to walk, that's okay, that's safe. Okay, tick, we've got something we can do, all right? And it's such a positive step because you're already a little bit towards where your goal is. Okay, so when somebody says to you, there's nothing more we can do, there's nothing more they can do. There is plenty more they can do, but maybe it's not within their thinking, their understanding, etc., etc. Okay, so I want you to finish this by saying it's not your fault. You didn't ask for pain, and I know you've tried loads of stuff. But I'm here to tell you that the way I work is by looking at the bigger picture. I'm taking you out of your zone here, out of your current thinking, shall we say, where you're thinking and trying all those things, and stretching you a bit and saying, well, what if we think over here? What if we expand our thoughts and ideas but also by exploring what your deeply held beliefs are, we can change your pain response and your nervous system response. So if this resonates with you at all, then I'd love for you to reach out to me and we can have a chat. I've got an event coming up. It depends when you're watching this video, but I have always stuff that I'm doing, and this is my passion, my love. You know, I'm absolutely 100% know that you can recover from pain. And you know, people say to me, does that mean being pain-free? For a lot of people it does, but for a lot of people it's just like, oh, I can do all this stuff and my pain's not got any worse. So you could say that happens is that maybe pain initially was this little bit in your circle and your life was like that. So you can imagine that pain was touching every aspect of your life. All we've done is widened your life. And you may still get a bit of pain now and again, you may not, but the pain isn't impacting your life in anywhere near as much. And once you change your perception, your beliefs around what you can and can't do, you will automatically behave differently and you'll get different results. And that's what it's all about. So no more sitting there, going round and round in circles with pain. Reach out to me, let's have a chat. See you soon.